Hello there. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tatiana from 21 Kittens Art Studio. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the NeoColor 2s by Caran. If you didn't know, last year for their 50th anniversary edition, they released 5 sets containing 10 colors, and on each of those sets, they had included 3 new colors. And initially, they said that these would be limited edition. So the only way that you could get these colors was by buying one of their boxes, one of those little boxes. However, many of the people in the community were upset, and rightly so, because many of us who have the NeoColor 2s, we own quite a lot of them. And buying these boxes would mean that we would be buying duplicates. And for artists like myself who don't use them quite often, this would be a waste of money and honestly just not worth it, because like I personally cannot really use up my current Caran d'Ache selection because I don't use them that often. And I did think that probably in the future they would release them maybe as open stock. And what Caran d'Ache did a couple weeks ago was release those 15 new colors as a set. And it's called the Botanical set. And it's only exclusive in their Caran d'Ache official website, which means that if that website is not in your country, you are not able to buy them. No suppliers have them either. So it's just, like I said, it's exclusive to that website. Now, when I was looking at their website, they have sites for Germany, for France, for Switzerland, Austria, Italy. They also have Japan, the UK, and the US. I don't know Australia, but they don't have a Spanish site, so I'm not able to buy them. And of course, I started having really bad FOMO. I would watch the videos with people swatching their new sets. I started just going down a rabbit hole this past weekend where I thought, oh my God, do I really need them? Do I really have to have them, they look nice, the colors look nice, albeit they only have one green, which is actually one of the colors that I use a lot in my paintings lately, greens. So for me, that set is not justified. So what I thought that I would do in order to get rid of this FOMO was to get my 40 color set and look at the ones that were similar or close to the new 15 colors. Now, of course, I am using videos and pictures as reference. I haven't seen them in real life, so I don't know what the colors look like. So I'm just going with what I see on the screen. And I have found some that are similar, others not so much. And I have to also say a disclaimer that I bought the 40-piece set, I think like 3-4 years ago. And since then, I have also purchased a few other colors open stock. So the 40 colors that are in my box are not exactly the 40 colors that come with the box. Do you know what I'm saying? I have added new ones and I have removed other ones, like mainly the reds, because I don't really use those colors. I tend to go more for the cool tones, blues and grays. That's why you're seeing a lot of blues and grays in my selection. So that is why my 40 color set looks different than what you might have. Now, having said that, like I said, I tried looking for colors that were similar to the botanical set, and I thought that I would do a small landscape, of course. Now, the reference picture that I used, I don't know why I chose this picture, to be honest. I was just going through pictures and I really liked how it looked. And I'm going to show it on the screen now, but it has a lot of purples and a lot of like golden tones. So it's a lovely sunset, like very golden purpley sunset. What I didn't realize when I chose this picture is that there aren't really many blues in the picture itself. So if I had the original botanical set, there were some shades of blues that I wouldn't really use. So the only blue that I'm using is for the sky. But the good thing is that I was able to use a lot of the pinks, the salmon, lilacs, the purples, and so on in this picture. Okay, I'm trying to get my colors together, and I just realized that this is the first pastel that I am going to peel, apart from the white one, of course. And I've had my set for 3 years now, I think. It was a present from my hubby. So let's do this together. Ooh, okay, that's a bit too much paper off. I don't mean to take that much paper off. I like having paper on them. I like them to be protected. Okay, this one's still sticky, so I'm just going to pop it in here for now. And yeah, that's the gray one. This is the light gray. Okay, this is as far as I've got for today. I am expecting a phone call, and I know it's going to be a very long phone call, so I won't be able to get back to it earlier, and the sun is going to go down and I'm going to lose the light, the nice light that I have right now. So I'm going to continue with this tomorrow. I wasn't really liking how the sky was turning out here. The shade was just not the right one. So I am trying to remove most of the pigment by lifting it and really putting the paper's capabilities to the test. And so far I have to say it's holding up really well. But looking at it just made it more evident that I wasn't liking the whole painting itself. The colors are just a bit all over the place. I don't have the mountain resolved, and the area with the clouds is a complete mess. I really didn't think them through properly when I was painting them. So after much debating, I decided to just start from scratch again. And this time try to do it better. I am halfway there, guys. I just need to do the mountain here and then just add a few details It's still sort of damp. I'm just waiting for it to dry a bit more because I want to be able to put my hand on top. Okay, I am finally done, and I'm actually quite happy with how this one turned out. It's so much better than my first try. This one was too overworked. It just didn't look good, and I just kept making a big mess, and I also didn't like how the sky turned out. I am glad I started again and I properly focused on what I had to do. It still looks kind of messy here, but hey, I never said it would be perfect. I think I really enjoy the light that it has. Okay, so here I have my NeoColors so that I can show you the ones that I'm going to be using, and of course they're not going to be an exact match to the colors in the new botanical set, but I have my list here and I hope I can remember everything the way it's supposed to be. Right, so let's get to swatching. Okay, so let's try zinc ochre. It is just this one here. And then I have the dark garnet. And I'm mixing lilac, no, this one lilac, with brown Van Dyke. And I'm using the same bamboo paper that I used for the painting. And if I take the water now, and you can see the color. Oh, I should do the ochre as well. There. my towel is. I have another towel, but I'll just use this one for now. Okay, next up, Caput Mortuum. I love this color. The only one that I have is in my Roman Schmoll palette. And it's so rich. So we have lilac and sepia. So this is the sepia. And I'm not applying very thick, as you can see. Otherwise I won't be able to blend it properly. And I'm deciding to layer the darker one on top so as to make my life easier for some reason. This one is warmer than this one. This one is cooler. Now I think Caput Mortuum is actually even darker. So I can just go back to my sepia. Oops. I can go back to my sepia and grab a bit of the crayon itself and just blend it in there. And like I said, don't expect them to be exactly the same. These are just approximations to the colors in the botanical set. But if you don't have it and you are suffering of FOMO like I am, this is as close as you can get. Maybe you can get closer if you have like more shades of colors. Right, then we have Amazonite. And I've done this one by mixing malachite, light gray and white. So I'm going to start with malachite. Then I'll apply the dark gray. And then the white. And right now I don't have an image of the 15 colors. I did my list on the computer yesterday when I was looking at the shades and trying my blends until I found the ones that I was happy so that I could show you. But I will be including an image on, like once I edit it, to show you that they are as close as possible. And right now this might need, I am thinking this one is lighter, the Amazonite. So I can just add a bit more white maybe. Although, because it's all wet, it's not going to blend correctly. Okay, something like that. Next up is light heliotrope. So that would be pink with gray, so not light gray. This is my gray and the pink. So I'm gonna add the pink. Oh yeah, let's write it down the name first. Light heliotrope. So pink with gray. Now, of course, if you want to use your NeoColors without using water, just dry like that, then this is not going to be a good solution, I think, because you're always going to see the colors separated rather than blended, you know? Like, it's not like when you, like if you put these together, you're not going to get this in an instant. You need to add water to get the color. I don't know if this is close now. Like I said, I'm not using any guide right now. Right, okay, Peach Blossom. Is pink with white or pink salmon with white. Okay, I already have the pink here, the white and the salmon. So I'm going to try half and half. I'm going to do a bit of pink, a bit of the salmon, and then blend the whole thing with the white. This looks nice. And now I'm going to add the water. Oh, this is a nice color. Good. And Skagen blue. Ooh, my favorite color, like I said. Light gray and Prussian blue. So light gray, my Prussian blue. This one. Okay, so I'm gonna have 3, 3, 3, 3, and then 3. Okay, so let's do it here. Skagen blue. Okay, Prussian blue. And again, I'm not pressing very hard because I don't want it to be too dark. Skagen blue is a nice bright color, light color, sorry. And I'm applying quite a good amount of the gray. Yeah, I think it's something like this. Maybe it's lighter, I'm not sure. And I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to zoom you in a bit more. And you should be able to see better. Like that. And to put it like this. Yeah. Okay. Right, so I'm now doubting if it's this color or maybe lighter, but I think it's closer to this one. Next we have the chrysoprase green. Which isn't really a green, I think. Well, it is a green, but it's too light. It's like kind of pastel-y. Green. Forgetting letters. Jade with light blue. Okay, so here's my jade and my light blue. So I think I'm going to apply the light blue first. And then the jade light blue. And now blend them. Oh, this is a very nice color. Okay, Aucuba green. That's the one that I have really struggled with. So let's see. I will show you what I mean. Let's see, let's write the name. So I chosen these two. Mix of olive and yellow green. So I'm thinking maybe if I added a bit of the Prussian, that could work as well. Not sure. But what I found was that it would just come out a bit too kind of pastel-y, kind of like gouache, whilst the Aucuba green is like a very rich, bold color. And as you can see here, I'm just getting like a slightly darker sap green. So I'm going to keep on adding the olive, but it's still very bright. Let's see, I think I even tried adding my dark green, but it just turned, it made it more blue. Like it gave her more a blue shade rather than a yellow shade. And if I add yellow, it's just going to be brighter. And if I add blue, of course, it's going to be more blue. I even tried it with a malachite green and it didn't quite work out. So I don't know what I could add to this one, but I think this is how I'm going to leave it for now. let me just try something. Maybe if I add charcoal gray, just a bit. No, it just makes it more muddy. It doesn't give it that nice color that it has. Because if you see so this is the olive color, and then this is the yellow green. And when they are dissolved with water, this is what they look like. The yellow, the yellow green looks very rich, kind of neon, but the olive green looks more earthy, kind of gray. But I'm sure that there might be a way of mixing them, but I was trying to use as little mixes as possible, like as little colors as possible to do my mixes. Anyway, moving on. Let me just do a separation here like that. Tyrian pink. And for that one I had purple and white. Okay, so here's my white. They call this one purple, and for me this is more like a pink. It's very, very strange. Is this the correct purple color? In my mind, purple is more like this, you know, or like this but darker. You're not even seeing the ones that I'm showing. Sorry. Anyway, don't mind me. Okay, purple and white. And this one is also supposed to be like very light pastel-y color. But I think, I know, I'm remembering, no, it wasn't too pastel-y, it was actually quite, it was like a strong color as well. And I might need a bit more purple, so I'm just going to add it like so. Maybe even more. I think Tyrian pink is more magenta-y, if that's a word. But yeah, let's say that's Tyrian pink. Next would be Rose of Garance. And that would be pink and salmon. Now I don't remember what that color looked like. I have the pink. I have the salmon. So it's different from the peach blossom because the peach blossom had white as well, whilst the Rose of Garance is just these two. But I can't remember if it was more salmony or if it was more pinkish. I think it was a bit more pinkish. So I'm just going to add a bit more in my blend, in my swatch, sorry. Maybe this could look like a rose. I don't know what the Roses of Garance look like, but that's also a very nice color. Okay, next is the light lilac. So basically lilac and white. So this one here and this one here. I didn't write the name. Light lilac. And I am pressing hard here. I'm trying to apply as much white as possible. Because from what I remember, it was quite light. Yeah, this looks nice. This looks very nice. I like it. Next up, and we're almost done, light peony yellow. So that was basically pale yellow and white. So that was easy enough. I just need to make sure that my white is clean because I still have a bit of the lilac on that. And this color is so light that anything will show through. So even my my yellow has to be clean. And I am applying a fair amount here because this color is very, very light and it's barely visible on the paper. Like I don't even think that it's showing up on camera. So by adding white to it, it's just making it much less visible. And I did press quite hard for the white as well. Yeah, see, I wouldn't really have much use for this color if I already have the pale yellow, but that's me. That's the way that I use colors, you know. Okay, this one was hard. Conch pearl. I tried mixing white and salmon, but I wasn't too sold on that one. So white and salmon. My salmon is also a bit dirty. Maybe I should start with the white, but then if I start with the white, I'm not going to see. I need to first apply the darker one because then I can always darken or lighten it more. This also looks nice, but again, it's in the same range as the Rose of Caran and the Peach Blossom, I find. It's not exactly the same, but it's in that family. And now I'm not sure if it was, I think it was slightly warmer even, you know, like as if it had like a tad of, not orange, but a tad of yellow in there maybe. Okay, and then last but not least, this color was exciting. So this is Light Wine Lees. And in the evening when I was getting the image ready with all the 15 colors from the new set, I realized that my mixes for Light Wine Lees and Aucuba Green were nothing near to what the colors might look like. I was going from a video. The image that I am now grabbing as a reference is the image of all the 15 colors in the little box. And yeah, so I want to try and do the Light Wine Lees again because this is nowhere near to what the color is. It's supposed to be very, very light. So I have now come up with what could be the one that is the closest to that. And right now the audio and everything is different because I am in my living room again, because that is the only place I get good lighting during the day. Okay, so I have come up with these three colors. So we have pink, we have salmon, and we have light gray. And what I noticed was that if I do salmon, pink like that next to it, and then do a fine layer of the light gray, I should be able to get something that is more approximate to the shade itself, so to Light Wine Lees. I'm looking at the rest and I still can't tell if these should be even lighter, but I think they're okay. Let's see, Light Lilac. Yeah, this one is also okay. Rose of Caran. This one's supposed to be a bit more pink, maybe? Oh my god, I don't have my list with me, so I can't remember which colors I used to blend this. I know, I am a professional YouTuber, am I right? This one is pretty good, and the Aucuba green, the image that I saw earlier when I thought that it looked like really rich, it's not. It's actually fairly similar to this, so I'm gonna try again with the Aucuba green. I'm just going to apply a bit of the green, of the olive, sorry. Then the yellow green. Yeah, and I think this is closer to what the real color might be. Yeah, which is also fairly similar to this here, but this was darker and this is lighter. So this should be better now. And another one that I wanted to try again was the Amazonite, because here it's looking very dark and it's supposed to be very light. And if I just apply a bit of that, it has to be a bit more blue. So I think I'm gonna go with a bit of the turquoise blue. And white. I think I'm gonna go for white. I think the light gray might be too dark. And this one is, yeah, this one now should be closer. This one should be closer to the Amazonite now. Yeah, this looks much closer now. It's like a very light color. The chrysoprase green, let's try that one as well again. And that one I was saying that is more like jade and white, I think. I wanna see what this looks like. Oops, my white was dirty. See, that's why you have to keep them clean. And I'm going to have that in my painting and it's going to influence it, but I gotta do this. Let's see. Yeah, these two look fairly similar from my mixes, but this is a bit more green, this is a bit more blue. And I'm going to add a bit more of the jade. And even a bit of the light gray instead of the white. I think that's going to be better. Yeah, kinda. This is closer to the original chrysoprase green than this one here. And then the Skagen blue, it's looking much too blue here, and it's supposed to be a bit more, has to have more of a greenish tint. Now, the Prussian blue that I used yesterday usually has like a sort of greenish to it. I don't think this one will do. Let's try cobalt blue, but it's going to be too dark, just a bit. And then the light gray and white. I think I'm gonna try these ones for the Skagen blue. So I'm just using a bit of the cobalt. Then I'm doing the gray. Yeah, and it still should have a bit of a more green tint to it, I think. Let's just use this, a bit of the light olive. Now I don't know what I'm going to get. It's actually not too bad. Yeah, this is closer to the Skagen than this one here. Let's see if I remember later what I used. Okay, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, I think that's it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you found it helpful. And let me know in the comments if you are lucky enough to have the Botanic set and what do you think about it. And also if you don't have it but you want it, and if you are going to buy it in the future in that case, or if you're really just not going to bother with that set at all. Also, let me know if you would like to try this experiment to yourself and how it goes. I would be very interested to know. I think it would be fascinating to see the blends that we can come up with to to sort of replace the botanical set. Now, mind you, I have to say up front that this is not a way of dissing Caran. I love their products, okay? I am a sucker for Caran. Otherwise I wouldn't own them. I wouldn't have the gouache or anything from them. The only thing that I am sad about is that they don't have a Spanish website. So I am unable to get that set for myself. So what am I to do? I know I am going to wait until they come out with open stock, because I am 100% sure that they're going to come up with open stock, at least for some of the more popular colors, especially the Caput Mortuum and the Dark Garnet, I think. Again, like I said, let me know in the comments what you thought about this video. If you want to grab a set of for yourself, or if you're going to wait, or if you're never going to do it, and if you're going to take a shot at doing your own blends for the botanical set. Okay, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure being here with you. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you have a great weekend. So I will speak to you very soon. Thank you. Bye.